All right, it seems that Andre Drummond wants to be a Detroit Pistons for years to come. His team reached out to the Detroit Pistons to start contract extensions talks, and is really not known if the Pistons engaged or gave them the go ahead or not. But let's talk about it. We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. All right, and at the end of the day, when you're talking about Andre Drummond, the first thing, if you're thinking about letting him go, who you replacing with? The first thing, all right. And I think the Pistons are in a situation where they pushing for a deep or a run, all right. I think it's to the point where, how can I put it? It's to the point where they trying to see how far this team can go this year. If this team meets their expectations, they willing to will and deal and build around Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. If they feel that they close enough or they can maneuver around, they can get there with that core. Reggie Jackson, his 16, 17 million to come off the books. And I think they just trying to see how far they can go this year. If they disappoint, miss the playoffs, lose in the first round again, I think they're going to destroy and blow up the team and trade Blake Griffin, maybe do a signing trade with Drummond, let him walk. And I think they start off from scratch, really kicking off a new decade next NBA season, the 2020-21 season. All right. So if they reach expectations, whatever the expectation is win the playoff series, win the playoff game, make it to the second round, make it to the finals, make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. If they reach it, then I think they don't have no problem playing Andre Drummond. Now, Tom Gores loved Andre Drummond. When he went out with old girl from iCurly, Tom Gores actually chaperoned him. And they actually it was rumors that Stan Van Gundy was had a trade in place to trade him, and Tom Gores blocked it. And then last year they tried to trade him to Memphis. It didn't work out. Memphis didn't want him. So at the end of the day, he had a $28 million player option. He said he's going to decline that. And next year's free agency isn't that deep anyway, so he figured somebody go out there and pay him. He's 26 years old, so he fairly young. And my thing is, you should get the best Andre Drummond this year. For Andre Drummond to really, really want big money, and whatever that super max is 40 million, 41 million a year, he has to pick a side to be good on. He has to be a good, outstanding offensive player, or he has to be an outstanding, dominant defensive player. Rebounding just ain't going to cut it, all right? You can find somebody that can grab 10 rebounds easy. But if Andre Drummond put his athletic ability, his body together with his skills, I think Drummond could be dominant, at least on the defensive end, if not both on the offensive end. And, early on, it'll tell how good he really got. He should be working on not three-pointers, using his body, jump hooks, drop steps. You know what I'm saying? The old turning gun that she used to have. Then you work out to 12 feet elbow shots, top of the key shots, mid-range jumper. Then you work your way out to the three-point land if need be. So it really depends on how good he is this season and what he's improved on. If he hasn't improved a lot, or if he's the same player from last year, people forget his shortcomings. The Milwaukee Bucks series, he was nowhere to be found. The second half of last year, he started to turn up. Had he played like he did for the majority after the All-Star break, while Blake Griffin was healthy, Pistons probably would have been a 6th or 5th seed last year. They wouldn't have lost 17 or 15 straight, whatever it was. 11 out of 13, whatever the hell it was. So he got to be consistent, and he has to pick a side of the ball to be dominant on. If you're not going to be a dominant rim defensive player, weak side defender, rim protector, you're not going to be Dwight Howard, Mutombo, Ben Wallace, or if you're not going to be Ewing, Robinson, Shaq, you know what I'm saying? If you're not going to be like that, there's no point of paying them that much money. And I think the Pistons' answer is going to be he going to have to prove it. Now, another question is, who going to pay him that type of money? I honestly don't know. Will Michael Jordan pay him that type of money? He won't pay Kemba. Could the Clippers, pay him that type of money? I'm not sure what they cap looking like, because the Clippers can use him. Maybe a sign and trade with the Clippers. And at this point, if the Pistons are not promising coming to the All-Star break, and Andre Drummond is going to opt out, do you trade him? If the Clippers are having problems in the middle, which they may, Zubac is their only real center, and you going against Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, maybe you try to swing a deal over to the Clippers. They don't have no draft picks left. And I really wish they probably would have traded for Russell Westbrook if they really was going to try to go for it. But then again, you would have been risking the first half of the decade next year in draft picks. So, long story short, the whole team is on a prove a deal. If they don't cut it, if they don't make significant improvement from whatever the Pistons deem that to be significant, Ed Stefanowski, Malik Rose, Tom Gores, Dwayne Casey, then you can see a total rebuild going into next decade. But Drummond has improved his free throw shooting. You know what I'm saying? He's been a little bit more tougher. But now it's time for him to be consistent and pick a side of the ball to be dominant on. And then be adequate on the other side. Because right now, he's not a rim protector. He's not a dominant defender. He's not dominant on the offensive board. And the name of the game, offensive side, the name of the game is to put the ball in the hole. That's the name of the game. Put the ball in the hole or stop the ball from getting put in the hole. If you can't do neither one of those, then he's a waste of money. So I think they're going to just say, play it out. And come the All-Star break, if the team not doing well or if he not meeting expectations, you can see Andre Drummond getting traded. And that'd be a smart thing to do. If this team is not doing good, before the trade deadline, you can see Reggie Jackson traded. You can see Andre Drummond traded. I think you see Blake Griffin traded, at least by the offseason. So that's the reality of it is. Everybody on the prove it deal this year. I really think the Pistons making one last push with this core. And if they don't get the push, I think you're going to see them rebuild. And they've been trying not to rebuild since moving to Detroit. But sometimes you just got to be in rebuild mode. Sometimes you got to burn it down to build it back up. And, not with, you don't have Joe Dumars here no more, or Jordan Bowers and Stan Van Gundy. If, you trust Stefanowski's ability to assess talent, then you should be in good hands. So, at this point, I think they're making a last run for, but Andre Drummond got to improve. If he can improve his free throw shooting, he can improve his back to the basket. He can improve being a defender. But when you see Andre Drummond practicing step back 3-pointers, when you see Andre Drummond Euro stepping and, not with his back to the basket during the offseason, then you worry about that. If I had to bet on it, I really can't call it. To be honest. I really can't call it. The Pistons may pay him, they may not. He may play good and get paid, he may not. You got Derrick Rose, you got Blake Griffin, you got a lot of older injury-prone guys. You got a lot of older guys. You got a lot of young guys. You got a lot of inconsistent guys. Two of your youngest guys are inconsistent, and Luke Kennard and Andre Drummond. Just as much Andre Drummond playing for money, Luke Kennard playing to stay in this league. Let me just say that. Luke Kennard is playing to stay in this league. So, Drummond can do it. I know he can. But he has to focus on what he needs to improve on and stop shooting damn threes. But, we'll see, man. But, hey, if the Pistons pay him, they pay him. He's 26 years old. He might got a couple contracts left in his body. Strong kid, can jump, can block, but soft, a lot of people say. And he's not good offensively or defensively. He got to pick a side to get good at, in my opinion. But, hey, Motor C Sports Talk, appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the videos. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. All the links in the description. I'll put the article link in the description as well, proving to be true. And don't forget to check out my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV. That's Goodfellas Sports TV on YouTube, man. You want to make a donation, the link's in the description. Best way to donate, just share the video And hey, let me know what you guys think. Should they pay Drummond or